Hello everyone. Okay, let me move some things around here. Oh, okay. The mic should be good. Every time I have to move it because the mic is just right above the Cintiq. So it's a matter of finding the perfect position for everything. Hello guys, hope you're doing well. Let's see here. I'm just trying to find some nice music to listen to. Oh, this one. Yeah. I always like to listen to Skyrim music. Yeah, that one is perfect. Hello Miraculous, and hello Marco over on Twitch. Hello guys. I'm just having a little bit of my coffee. And hello Marco over on YouTube. Today is going to be another of my usual chill streams. I just want to work a little bit more on these characters here. I think I might have fun with some colors today, and then if I have time left, I want to work a little bit more on this illustration that I started on my iPad. And this is one of the images that I will need for the new Druwides video. And I have so far I have 4 illustrations that I need to do, and especially 3 of them, they don't need to be super complicated. And then there's this one which I would love to spend a little bit more time on. But I think I will also need to put together some references for these 2 characters. So I thought it was a good idea to start and to warm myself up to just yeah, work a little bit more on these guys over here. Hello Oreo Cheesecake number 2. Hello, welcome to the stream. Just realized that I don't have my reference board open. Okay, nice. I think I might go around and maybe work a little bit more on the line art first, especially of these guys. Just want to clean some areas a little bit more before I start adding some colors. Yo, hello Goblin! A new week, a new dev diary in your face, yay! This one is more game design focused, so less art, much more interesting to read through though. Oh, in my opinion, as a non-artist, nice. Well, thank you as always for sharing. I think... Oh, nice, okay. I think I might read this one. I especially love the organization here of the skills. Oh, this is very interesting actually. Oh, thank you so much for sharing it, because oh, I love the icons. But yeah, as someone that at some point will love to do a video game for Druwides, this is so good. This is literally gold. I'm just gonna leave it open on my other screen so I remember to read it later. Thank you so much for sharing, Goblin. Ah, nice. I like how their dev diaries are very well balanced, in my opinion. Like, you have the ones sometimes that are very art and concept art heavy. Then you have some where they have more icons. Even like in the concept art, they sometimes divide maybe like characters or environments, and sometimes you have also the maybe like effects, and other times it's more like game design stuff. I love it. Could be interesting for your partner too. Exactly, yeah, Marco is here. In fact, I'm gonna pass it on to him, especially that organization for the skills and the branches of skills and the things that you can unlock for your character. That's very interesting. Yeah, we'll soon probably have a live stream in which I'm drawing a few concepts for my partner's game, and we're kind of like we have an idea of the concepts that he might need, but I was basically waiting to have even more clear idea, and also this week I'm feeling a little bit down, a little bit like anxious and overwhelmed. So when it's like that, I always prefer to kind of like keep it simple and stay in my comfort zone when it comes to design and drawing. And also I want to do a good job with the concepts for the project I'm blessed, and I prefer to work on those in maybe another moment, and that could be next week actually. But I will either let you know, guys, when yeah, probably on the Discord. I will let you know when we will have a stream dedicated to some unblessed concepts. Always there to support new games. Nice. Mayusi and her brother Taka from Danganronpa are opposites. Taka is the moral compass, so he's like pretty good, while my OC is a delinquent. But they're similar, like they have zero social skills. I like that. I like that they have something in common, but also they are very different. I think that's I don't know. That makes them very realistic as siblings, like having some things in common, but then being like quite different. Plenty, and I mean plenty of good stuff coming for Unblessed. Yeah, I cannot wait. I cannot wait for you to like be finally able to share more of the progress, because there's been a lot of progress, and yeah, I think the people will definitely love it. The morals are kind of similar as well. Nice. Yeah, I think you have a good recipe there for like a nice duo. How do one paint fantasy UI icons that look somewhat good? Oh yeah, I think I need some of those. Yeah, the ones in the Age of Wonders, the Dev Diaries are so good. I'm going to pop the link that Goblin shared. I'm going to pop it in the YouTube chat, because not only these one, but also other Dev Diaries that they shared in the past, they've been also kind of focused on the icons, and they are so good. I think it's a delicate balance between like making them look cool but also readable, because you will see them pretty small all the time, so it's not easy. Also, not sure if I said it before, but the GDD of the game Dirty Bomb is public. Ooh, it is not what you or Marco need for your games, as it is a completely different genre, but it can still be helpful to look at it. Ooh, yes. Oh. Yeah, I think it's something that it's useful anyway, because you see how others work on the game design. Here's the link. Thank you so much. Now, this is amazing, Goblin. Thank you so much. Yeah, as I said, like even if maybe the type of game is different, but seeing like how other people put together the game design, it's so important, and it can be like it can be almost like a something that kickstarts something else. Like if you're doing maybe like a game that's different from that one, but you see like how they put everything together. Sometimes it's just a matter of like using those ideas, but then transforming them to like make sense in your project. I'll be happy to share a bit more on these regards for sure, Goblin, mostly throughout, but yeah, I don't think we're at that stage yet, but it's never bad to start a bit in advance. It can get you to think about an aspect of the game you weren't considering before. Exactly, yes! Feel free to share the link in the YouTube chat as well. I'm going to do just that. Because, I mean, there's other people here that are working on their games, and it could be something something really, really interesting for them. Public GDDs are incredibly rare, so we should enjoy the ones we get, absolutely. Oh, well said, Miraculous. You're allowed to like the stream. Maybe even subscribe. It's free. Oh, and what else costs you nothing in this economy? Well said. Leave a like. Leave a like on the stream. And yeah, subscribe to the channel if you're not already. You know, those things actually help a lot. Okay, I think this guy, it's working well like this. Maybe just this arm. Yeah, more like this. Don't want to erase too many of the messy lines because I actually really like them. Ooh, another cool thing shared by Goblin. Let me see. This is the design Bible for Alice Asylum. I love design Bibles. Whoa. Oh. Okay. A game that was never released because EA sucks. That's right. Yeah, I remember this game maybe like being announced, or at least it was like public that they were working on it, but then never heard about it again. Wow. Okay. It's there. It's downloading. Oh, nice. I love the fact that there's a section with like the pitch. Oh, this is so nice. Thank you so much, Goblin. Wow. Okay. Just need to close it for now. Otherwise, I will probably spend the rest of the live stream just looking at it. But ooh, you know what? I'm gonna save it on my iPad because I'm traveling tomorrow and I am going to have a look at that. So thank you so much. American McGee made the whole design Bible and EA just ignore him, so he published it for everyone to see. Nice. I gave you lots of homework, but it's the good kind of homework, you know? So thank you so much again, Goblin. Don't forget the YouTube chat, you're so right. Let me just copy this one. Copy, there you go. There you go. Ah, the Patreon post about the design Bible now. Did anybody else smells this? I think it smells like a corporation should be dismantled piece by piece, a sort of smell, right? Yes, we are again at that stage of the live stream where we are ready. We are so ready for a revolution. He also explains what a design Bible is there and what it should have in it. Nice, very good for anyone who is starting to get into game development and has no idea what a design Bible is. Ah, that's so nice. Just gonna drop that link too in the YouTube chat. Nice. Never supporting AAA, yeah. I think like I'm just thinking it, and I just realized that all the like latest AAA games that I played, I basically all of them bought them secondhand, like physical copies for the PS5, which I think it's a great way to buy AAA. While indie games, of course, they usually don't have a physical copy, so I will buy them directly from their Steam page or whatever other platform they might use. Let's not forget that Ubisoft 2 days ago went to the EU Commission and told them to never support to stop killing games. Of course. Use Ubisoft being Ubisoft. And thus the EU Commission shut down the movement, but they will now go to the EU Parliament. Ugh. Okay, I think the best thing to do for me now to relax, it will be to like burn some buildings, and if those buildings are actually like, you know, part of corporations and big gaming companies, that's just a coincidence. I just want to burn buildings. And now let's see if if Twitch bans me in 3, 2, 1. I'm having a pretty lazy day today. The weather is kind of taking the best of me. I've been working on the same 2 or 3 little feature changes all day. Oof. I know. Like, I think today... Yeah, I feel like I don't know. I just want to maybe like sit on the sofa and read. It's rainy here, so it's the perfect day to just read a book, drink some coffee or some tea, and try to not think about anything. They got a better shot with the parliament anyway, as the people there were generally confused how what AAA devs do is legal to begin with. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I can imagine like people being a little bit baffled by that. It's like I don't know. You have a car that's like a little bit older, and then one day a guy comes and it says, "Yeah, it was never yours. Now I have to take it back." No, you never bought it. But I bought it. No, you never did. Or like, oh, this is your old washing machine. It's still working well. I have to remove it from your house. you were reading this beautiful book. No, you are not. Hello, nobody. Going to a wedding party. Ooh, nice. Hope the food will be good. My exams ended today. Oh, yes, fun times. Finally. Celebrate. In my car right now. Oh. Well, I hope you will have a great time at the wedding party. Since now your exams are finished, you can relax. Okay. Microsoft is also thinking of shutting down more studios. Yeah, I've read the news because they were like thinking of maybe just doing layoffs or closing down. But I saw that they are more, of course, like close to the idea of just shutting the studios down. I really wish they didn't agree to be bought in the first place, to be honest. Honestly, same. I don't see the point anymore in like selling to a bigger company, because it's not even like oh, we are more stable now. No, you are less stable actually. You're probably more stable if you keep like a small team, keep the scope of your games smaller, and you will be like in a more stable position than any like big game studio. What is MS? Microsoft. Yeah, we were talking about AAA games, the companies, and yeah, the state of the industry. Thanks to the bigger corporations that destroy everything that they touch. Yeah, the number of people that I know that lost their jobs because of Microsoft is growing more and more. I also lost a job because Microsoft basically breached the contract that they had with the studio that I was working in, and they had to not close down the studio but to cancel the project entirely. So yeah, fun times. Thank you, Microsoft. I hope you burn. I've sent 30 internship requests. I have received 2 answers. It's so bad right now. Like, I keep the only jobs, well, they're not jobs, but the only like positions that I see like open, they're all unpaid for like oh, this incredible opportunity. Oh yes, we will do like a Kickstarter, or we will find like some founding later and pay you. Yeah, sure, of course. And in the meantime, I can eat grass and stones from my garden, I guess. And I don't know, but lately, like, applying is just if you love like spam calls and spam emails, apply to jobs, because that's the only thing that I receive from doing that, honestly. At least give me a fucking no. Oh, I know, right? Solid Steve, hello, welcome. Doesn't have anything though. If we want indies to succeed, they need a bit of cash even before their games are out, otherwise they won't hit the shelves in the first place. Yeah, but it's good to see now that indie games are in general like are having like a good moment, and there's more and more people seeking those games. Ah. Yeah, I feel that especially if you want interesting stories and interesting mechanics in games, you really have to play indie games, because the bigger games they are all the same stuff always and always. Basically like leftovers reheated and reserved again and again. Not always, but in many cases. This guy's clothing is super cool. Thank you so much. Is there any lore reason for those unique color and skirt designs? Yes, so basically these guys are a part of an organized religion in my world building project, and the guys that I drew here are basically the lower ranks of the church, and these guys are a rank lower than the priests, and they basically, you can kind of like think of them as like managers of the buildings of the church, and they make sure that everything runs smoothly. They also like often have to deal directly with the worshippers, and in general, you know, making sure that everything is set for the sermons or the rituals. And then these guys over here are actually like the workers, the labor workers, people that work in the kitchens, people that tidy and clean, and maybe like carpenters and stonemasons that often work for the church. So I had the designs for the high priests and the priests, and I wanted to the people that are like lower in rank to have something that reminds of the other church members in their clothing. So if you see here on the left, I have the other designs of the other characters. So I wanted a little bit of their decorative elements to be present in these guys, and I'm actually going to add some colors later to these characters, and I want to keep a little bit of that purple in there, not too much, because I still want them to look like simple people. And for these guys, I kept this sort of like a triangular collar with the high neck, and I think these will probably have the collar that ties to the other characters, just so maybe if someone looks at them and sees them for the first time, they can understand that there's a connection there. Hello, Raycara. I still remember how it was to look for a full semester internship for uni during the height of the pandemic. Oh, practically no one took interns. Oh, that's true. Which would have meant we couldn't have continued our studies. I don't even want to think about the current job market. Oof. Time to go back to playing Steam next Fest demos. Enjoy. Oh, nice. Enjoy your time playing a Goblin. And if you find any like gems or any good ones, I hope you will share them next time. Thanks again for all the links and for all the things that you shared. Thank you so much, and have a good one. Okay, I think I'm very close to being able to work on the colors, because as I said, I want to keep the drawings quite messy. I like them. Oh, very cool. Would you say this religious order tends to be to more of a tends to more of a benevolent or malevolent side in the grand scheme of your world, or more of a grey area, depends on the individual? Oh, that's a very, very good question. I would say that it's kind of grey, and as you said, depends on the individual. They have this kind of like a facade of course being good and being for the benefit of the people, especially of the common folk, but their true intentions in the time that they have been an actual organized church, they morphed into something that's could be seen, like it could have some positive and like good aspects, but the means of reaching that goal are indeed not good at all, are very, very bad. So in my world, there's people, the magic users that are able to use magic, and most of them are druids or part of the tribes of the druids, and the church basically is trying, and this is something that people don't really know, it's something that they do in secret. They are trying to understand how some people use magic and trying to create some sort of machine that can help like normal humans to harvest the magical energy and to use it. And to do that, they also want to understand of course how is like a magic user's body different from a normal human's, and that of course involves some experiments and even some torture. So it's yeah, they have their very, very creepy practices that they keep very, very secret. So I will say that from the outside they look pretty grey. Like you might think that okay, that they surely have their agenda, they're surely like hiding something, but you cannot like be super sure. Oh, next fest is on. I'm not working too much. Okay, I was totally aware of that. Yeah, I usually know of that stuff just because I see some of the streamers that I follow. They usually play games, and they play a lot of indie games. And when they do like some special streams where they try the next fest games, that's when I know that that is on. Otherwise, I would never know. Oh, hello, Birdlung Herd. Hello, welcome. Birdlung Herd. I'm probably butchering that. I'm so sorry. Fun stuff, I reckon. Yeah, fun stuff in the laboratories underground of the church. Yeah, all good there. Nothing strange going on. Okay, I think I'm ready to add some colors. And I'm going to use what I usually use, which is color dynamic. Let's see if it works. Yeah, it does. Okay. Okay, I'll start from these guys. So as I said, I wanted to keep a little bit of that purple. I'm just gonna try maybe like different combinations to see which one do I like the most. I mean, interesting. The idea of them trying to use science to understand magic is so cool. Thank you so much, Solid. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it, and really happy that you like it. That's one of the aspects that actually I like too, and it was basically an excuse for me to do some nice drawings of. Like think about like a Renaissance period machine that uses maybe like some organs taken from like the body of a magic user. It's like I was trying to mix different things that I really like. So even like different influences, and I still need to finalize the design of that. But yeah, I found the idea very like fun to work on, and I also have a video on my YouTube channel about the anatomy of magic is called, and it talks about the magic in my world, and yeah, it was so fun to work on the designs for these sort of like a machine, like almost like an external organ that they attach to people to see if then their body is able to use magic. Fun things, and kind of creepy, but I really like it. I think I'm going to color the skin. And then I'm thinking of probably keeping this decoration of like a gold color, but this part here in the center, like this neck thing, I don't know which color to give that. I'm gonna try a few. A magic organ machine is such a metal phrase. Yes, it is. I'm curious also, what are the druidic tribes doing about these experiments? Are the two factions in like a mini war, or the tribes are still in the dark about why their people are going missing? So, I think at the time of the story, because I'm doing a lot of the world building, but then I also have a story going on. So I think the story is the part in which they will probably figure out exactly what the church is doing. And I think the church has been very good at hiding the traces. And hello, Aurelia, hello, welcome. Because the church is using another faction, who are the necromancers, who are actually in a sort of like a war with the druids, and the church is using the necromancers as like a source of people, of magic users to experiment on. So I think a lot of the tribes might be in the dark about the church involvement, and probably like blame solely the necromancers, because they were already kind of like in a war, or at least like they are of course against each other because of different beliefs and different ways to use magic, different morals around the magic use. And I think in the story that I have in mind, it's when like probably someone from the tribe of druids will realize that actually the church is involved. So yeah, I guess that will make for some really interesting interactions, and I still don't know which kind of reaction they will have. Yeah, probably not a good reaction. But I feel like some of the druids might be a little bit cautious, because of course they know that the church is actually baked by the ruler of the realm, and the church for now has influence in only one or two realms in one of the areas of the continent, so they are not like spread throughout the whole continent. But in that part, the ruler, the king, is someone that actually is very scared of magic, very paranoid, and he hates the druids. So yeah, I think the tribe, probably a lot of the members, will try to be cautious about how they deal with such an information. But again, I still don't know, because I'm working a lot on the world building, and the story is something that I kind of like have in the back of my mind, and of course it's ever changing because I add things to the world building, and so I feel things change. But I will say that the general vibe of the story has been the same for many years. It's just that I don't have the details, I just have the very very general overall description. And I'm sharing the world building for now, and only that, not really like the story too much, because of that, because I don't know if it will stay the same or if it will change. I'm watching some tutorials on YouTube from writers on how to put together stories. I'm really interested in mystery stories, since my main idea is to mix the fantasy and detective genres. That's such a great idea. Okay, I like these colors. I think I'm going to go with this palette for now, because I think we have the purple and the gold detail that really ties them to the priests of the church. Then I will see if I want to add maybe some trim to these, like a vest, these like a, I don't know, I don't even know how to call it, but these clothing that they have, was thinking of maybe adding some trim at the bottom. I totally get that. I think world building before story is very important to make everything coherent. Yes, I think I remember a fact that Tolkien worked on the Lord of the Rings world and lore for around 50 years before he published any books, if you can believe it. Yeah, I mean, if you're creating such a massive world, is, I don't know, I find it like very important to figure out how things work exactly, because I like to know like what exactly is going on in not only this small part of the world, but also like in other that are close by. I think it's important, and also I really like it. I like the world building aspect, and it gives me the opportunity to create so many different things and have fun with different designs. And yeah, as you said, just it's important to keep things coherent and make sure that they work well in the setting, especially when maybe you want to add something new. Having like some set rules for the world building, it's very useful. I remember reading a book that had all the letters that Tolkien sent to maybe like friends or even his editor, and I remember like all the even the smallest aspect of world building, he will ask everyone their opinion and thinking like, oh, could this work, or maybe like this other thing or this other one. And yeah, it must have been like really difficult to work with him once he started like publishing the books, or just before that, because imagine the editor being like, please just pick one. But I love that so much. You can see the passion for this massive world that he created. I see, that makes sense. I'm curious then, how do you keep things organized if you have stuff unfinished? Yeah, that's a struggle for like some people to try to keep everything organized, especially if you like create a very massive world. I find that like for now my system works for me. So I have a notebook in which I put down ideas, even like new ideas that come to me, and it could be like in in any moment. So it's a small notebook, so I can have it with me if I'm traveling. And then I've started using Obsidian for like having all the lore info, and before that I used Google Docs with the the chapters, like the titles, so you can have like a sort of how do you call it, index. And but yeah, I've been recommended Obsidian here in during the live streams. I think maybe almost a year ago, like many months ago, and I really like it. I think it's really nice, and it really helps to keep everything organized, all the writing. And for the images, I use a mirror board, and I basically have my board divided into categories, and I have maybe like all the characters on top, and then all the environments on the bottom. In the center there's the map of the continent, and then all the concepts are divided by faction. Oh, hey, thank you so much for the follow, Solid T. You caused the explosion of emotes, which we like very much here. Thank you so much, I really appreciate it. Thank you. But yeah, in the mirror board I basically divide by faction or by area. So I try to create categories and make everything as tidy as possible. And the mirror board, one thing that I really like doing is to save versions of the sketches. Like for example, these guys here, I knew I wanted to color them, but I already saved a JPEG of these guys and already put them in the mirror board. So even if there's something unfinished, I have it there, because sometimes I might jump from one thing to the other, and going back to the mirror board and seeing that something needs finishing, it's very useful for me, and it's sort of like a reminder, like, oh, okay, that needs coloring, or that is at a very early stage. And yeah, so I'm very like a visual person, so I love the mirror board, and you can do the same with the other similar websites. There's people that use Figma, other people use I think how is it called, Milanote. I love a mirror board because I think the free version of Milanote has like a limit on how many images you can put in one board, while mirror board, I think it has a limit of weight of like a data, and it's like very high, and I don't really put like big images in there. And yeah, a lot of people use Figma because it's very good both for text and for image. But yeah, anything that it's like a visual, where I can see all my concepts in one place, and I can zoom in one part that interest me. I really love that. I guess you could do something really similar on PureRef, which is the program here that I use for my reference boards, and you can use this as a mirror board. It might get a little bit heavy as a file, but again, you can have multiple reference board for each faction, or each like area of your world, and things like that. Of course, I have enjoyed hearing about your world building and watching this awesome art. Thank you so much. It is great for me to learn more about my own art and my world building skills. I agree. I also love to hear about other people's processes, like how they do stuff, how they think about stuff, and knowing like their ideas. It's all very inspiring. So yeah, I agree, and thank you so much again. I also try to use Obsidian, but it gets really overwhelming. Yes, it can get too much. I agree, yes. Especially since I'm not good with the organization. I use for references PureRef. Yeah, there you go. I use the same. Sometimes it lags for me when I put too much references. Yeah, it can get a little bit laggy, especially if maybe you are already like you have it there, you already have maybe your drawing program, and maybe you have something else going on open, maybe on another screen. It can get a little bit laggy. I'm working on a laptop, so I always have to be a little bit careful about how much stuff I have like either open or on my PureRef. That's why I create a ton of PureRef boards, and I try to like divide them so I can be very selective and don't fill them up too much. Even though, I mean, if you see some past streams, I at some point I had I don't know how many images in there, and it was getting like a little bit too much. I still need to learn how to use Obsidian properly. Actually, there's quite a few things that I know you can do with it, but I haven't delved too much into it. Just started like writing down, creating the notes and trying to divide everything by creating like some categories of different topics. But I know that there's a ton to be learned about it, and different ways to organize and tag things. But yeah, I haven't really looked in depth about it, and I definitely need to do that soon, because I wanted to use it to the best of what it offers. Same here, I tried to watch a lot of videos about obsidian and cool stuff you can do, but it made me stop using it for a long while because of all the stuff you can do. I just got easily overwhelmed. Yeah, I get you. I totally understand that. And I have the same problem. Like if I watch maybe like a video and they're kind of like blasting me with the information and telling me like all the things that you can do with this program or whatever, I'm like, whoa, no, please. I prefer, I don't know, a 3-minute video where you just explain me like a couple of things at a time. Because if not, is too much. And also like I might be like wanting to do something or wanting to know how to do something really specific, and I don't need all the other information that maybe they are giving me in the video, and that makes my brain a little bit confused, and then I don't understand the part that actually interests me. So in that kind of video, I always appreciate when they add the chapters, so I can go straight to where I need. Or even better for me, if I find like a written guide on some website, I prefer that, so I can read it at my own pace, and again, just to find the stuff that I really need. But yeah, for now, I've been just using the notes and just writing down stuff. I tried a couple of times to use the tags, so you can like basically make two different two notes or many notes relate to each other because of maybe like a topic, but I got confused by that and stopped doing that. And I know that there's the I can't remember how it's called, but it's that page on Obsidian that you open it and it shows all your notes in like a visual way. Like, I mean, no. yeah, let me see if I can show you because I cannot describe it. So there you go. For example, I have here the page about the Church of Bride, but as you can see, I've been just using the notes and just writing down stuff. I know that there's the graph view. Yes, this thing. I am confused by this thing because in this one, to make things related to each other, you have to use the I think the tags, or at least you have to do something. And I don't know, so I never use this. I literally just use the notes here, and that's it. See, every time I touch something, it breaks. But yeah, I need to find some kind of guide. And I tried using their guide. They have a guide, like a written one, and it got me more confused than I was before. But maybe that's me, I don't know. That's how I feel with my world building wiki. All those tips are confusing. Yeah, exactly. Because maybe you just need one thing and they blast you with like, oh, you can do this and this and this and this. And you're like, wow, please. Okay, it's fantastic, but I just want to write down some notes. Leave me alone. Yeah, and also still, at least for me, I learned through doing stuff. Yeah, like not like studying, but by doing stuff for yourself. This looks so cool, but it gets it gets confusing. Exactly. No, I'm the same. Like if I'm, for example, if I'm following a tutorial, I basically stop the tutorial every like 50 seconds because I need to do the thing that you're explaining me to actually understand it. So yeah, I'm the same. I have to do it to learn it. Like if someone is explaining something to me, I also like have a terrible memory for like things that I hear or things that people tell me, and I will I will often like start daydreaming if someone is is explaining me something. So I'll start to, I don't know, thinking about my stuff and going like la da 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 da, and then oh no, I missed the entire video. Also, does Obsidian also lag for you? Sometimes it's hard for me to use it because how much it slows my computer. Oh, wow. No, it never happened to me for now, because I think I don't have a lot of stuff. Like a lot of the notes just have a couple of sentences. Maybe when it gets bigger, it could start doing that. But yeah, no, it never happened to me. Yes, I've never watched a tutorial first before trying it. Oh no, I need a step-by-step in real-time explanation. Yeah, exactly. And that's why I really love when people who do tutorials, they either like use the chapters on YouTube, so you can have like a timestamp of maybe like the part that you need, or they even like divide the tutorial in many smaller videos, which I don't know, for me it's great because then I have that initial part, like how to set up I don't know, this program. Okay, fantastic. There's the video, it lasts I don't know, 3 minutes, whatever it is, and I'm going to use that video. And then next step, okay, next video. And I always do the thing while watching the video. I think I would just get extremely bored if I watch the video first. Yeah, no. I need to like be doing the stuff. Like, the last tutorials that I've used were for Unreal Engine, and I had the videos on one screen and the engine open in the other, and I was constantly pausing the video, trying the stuff. That's the only way for me. And then maybe, you know, after a few times that you tried, then you try it without the video and see if you remember everything, if you understood. But the video is always there to go back to the video, whatever it is. And I think it's great because then you understand one part, you don't remember another, so you go back to it. I really appreciate people that do tutorials on YouTube. I was just about to say, oh, it's 4:30. It's strange that my cat is not there trying to open the door. And I turned towards the door and can you guess? Yeah, my cat is there. Wow. How do they do that? Like, they always know perfectly when it's almost the time to eat. Wow. And now she's looking at me and meowing. Okay. Kitty, yeah. She's trying to open the door with her face, as usual. Oh, wow. Why is it sunny now? It was raining. Oh, sorry guys, I need to close the curtains. I cannot see. Okay, much better. That's the problem of having the window at your back while you're looking at monitors and screens. Like, when the sun is out like that, I become blind. Okay, I like how simple their clothes are, but still I want to add maybe a little bit of a trim here. I cannot resist putting some little bit of decoration on the clothing. Oh, she managed to open the door. Oh, I like these guys. Nice. Yeah, very happy with the color palette and the amount of decoration. I think they still needed a little bit of pizzazz, but not too much. Maybe triangle buttons or accessories on hands. Ooh, yeah, maybe some of them could have like rings, things like that. Like especially this guy. I don't know, but I feel that this guy might wear rings. Maybe, oh, I see this guy wearing maybe like a ring on their thumb. Gonna try and add maybe oh, you know what I'm kind of thinking? Something golden hanging down from their elbows? Like a pendant with the square too? Or maybe from their shoulders. Ooh, maybe like around here? don't know, I feel like a kind of extravagant clothing accessory will give them some sort of ranking idea to the church. Yeah, because I was thinking of keeping them quite simple since they are low in rank. But now that I see them like this, I think that yeah, maybe adding something else will work. I'm thinking maybe. Because the symbol of their god is a mask, so I was thinking, what if they have a small face? Yeah, maybe also aiding brooch. Yeah, something like this could be a sort of like a brooch. Is that how you pronounce it? Brooch. I think that is a good accessory for them to have. Yeah, I think I like the idea of the brooch, and here I think I like the decoration on this sort of like a part of their clothing. Maybe a little bit different though. Yeah, even better. They look like scholars of a given rank of the cult. Yeah, they are called the beacons because they tend to the buildings of the church, and they also like tend to the braziers that they are lit, and they're kept lit like 24 hours. So they are not the lowest rank in the church, but the one right above it. That's why I think they still need like a simple look, but giving them something to tie them to the church a little bit more. It's a great idea. Yo, hello Gibbs. Thank you for following. All the emotes. Thank you so much for triggering the shower of emotes. New here, but absolutely love your art style. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Okay, now let me add the brooch here. Yeah, I think this accessory works really well. Also, it's not something that that could be like a little bit annoying for their tasks, because the priests and high priests are, of course, like are moving a little bit less, let's say, and these guys, they sometimes have to move stuff around, and you know, they're busy, and they need to get stuff done. So I think a lot of the decoration and the decorative elements that the priests have on their persona could be like hindering the movement of these guys, but something like this, I think it's still noticeable, but it's not like too much. So what is the project Druwides? Druwides is my world building project, and I've been working on it for a few years, I must say, but in the last year is when I started actually working a lot on it, because I started doing the live streams and I started doing YouTube videos about the project. And to give you like an overview, it's a world in which there are a tribe of druids that use magic, and they are voted to maintaining the balance between, of course, nature and between humans in the world, and this makes them go in contrast with the humans, the people that don't use magic and they are not part of the druid tribes that live in the cities which are expanding, and the technology is advancing. So there's this sort of contrast between the traditions of the druids and the humans that are trying to, you know, build, and as I said, go further with their technology level. And yeah, in this world, I selected a continent which I created myself, and I am exploring every corner of it and trying to create a different tribe of druids that live also in different climates, different people, different realms, and trying to have fun and make a cohesive world. In the meantime, also thinking about a story to set in this world building. And the general goal for now is to create a series of art books. Imagine almost like an encyclopedia with all the volumes divided by maybe a region of the world or different tribes. And yeah, that's the goal for now. Another goal that I have is to make a video game. But yeah, that's something that we will see if it happens. For now, I'm having fun because, you know, I get to design whatever I like and whatever I fancy, whatever I feel that it's working well with the project. So I think that the main goal is really like have fun and be able to express my art and yeah, be my own art director, so I can draw whatever I want. Haha. But yeah, if you're curious and you want to know more, I have a few videos on my YouTube channel. If you want to check them out, I am actually doing this art for a new one that will come out hopefully next week, if I'm able to finish all the stuff that I need to do. And it's about the organized religion of the humans of one specific realm. And yeah, it's a religion that on the surface it could seem like a good religion, but of course they hide some like secret practices and secret experiments to find out if they can basically use magic, even if they are just humans and they're not magic users like the druids. All in the name of Visage, their god, and of course to, you know, have power. Oh, hello, Hungry. Popping by wonderful characters, incredibly dripped out as usual. Thank you so much. Wow, that is amazing. And the encyclopedia bit is intriguing. Thank you, Gibbs. I will check it out. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Oh, you're very sleepy. Yeah, I can imagine. Is there some specific story for some details in their outfits that you are drawing? The only specifics is probably like this symbology, like the mask is the symbol of their god, because their god, which is called the Blazing Visage, it's a god with like with basically no face, and their face morphs and turns into different faces. It can also present itself as like just a mask, so that's one of the main symbols. That is something that I didn't yet decided when I drew these concepts. These ones are like they're a couple of years old. I finished these ones a year ago, so they will probably need at some point to be updated. And the square is also because they one of the ideas of like the church of like how you can best live your life is an ideal of balance, even in your emotions, and basically having everything in control. So I really like the square shape to represent that. Also, I generally I just liked it as from like an aesthetic point of view. But yeah, also the purple is because the founders of the church, when they had a vision and they saw what they then started calling a god, it was surrounded by purple light. So purple in general, in like it's different hues and different kinds of purples. It's a color that is very, very used by the church. And also the braziers here that they lit up in their churches, I can't remember which thing you have to put in there, but they basically will use a chemical to make the flame purple. I can't remember what it is. Oh well, it's fine. But yeah, in general, like purple light, very important, very fancy, very nice. Yeah, I have to say that when I do world building, being that I'm mainly like a visual artist, I am not really like a writer. Like, even though of course I write down the ideas for the world building, but drawing in the end it's my main language to communicate my ideas for the project. So sometimes I decide things while I'm drawing, so I'll add details to characters or environments, and then I'll try to maybe like justify the thing that I've added in the world building in writing, but later. Because I struggle a little bit to create something when I'm just writing. So I really love to like do it while I'm drawing, and then if I like that idea, I'll try to find a way to implement it in the writing as well. I see plenty of details linked to their history already. Interesting. Thank you so much. Yeah, I think having something like even very generic put down for the different factions can really help when you're designing how the members look like. And it could just be something that one does directly in the drawing program. Like sometimes I take notes on the Photoshop file and put down ideas, then start drawing. And as I said, I might have other ideas coming, and only after all that I will maybe proceed to basically make some things actually, let's say, canon and part of the world building. I get it a lot, like understanding and exploring the world through drawing. Exactly. Yeah, that's what I do, honestly. Like when I'm writing, it's it's basically like putting down ideas that I had while drawing and almost validating them and making them actually part of the story. Yeah, I come up with stuff when I'm drawing too. Sometimes the visual triggers just help with the ideas. Yes, totally. Also, like, I don't know, I might be working on a character and give them some clothing and choose a random color, and maybe then I will have an idea like, oh, maybe that color is a symbol for something and it means something. So then, you build more and more. I also like to keep things quite free for myself in the world building, and not be super strict. Like, of course, I cannot like put spaceships, I don't know, something that doesn't have anything to do with anything. but yeah, I want like restrain myself from exploring an idea just because maybe it isn't like really in line with the references that I've used for something else, especially when it comes to like different cultures from our world that inspired me, or different like time periods. If I can mix something from, I don't know, the 18th century and something from the 12th century and create something new, why not? Because when I started the project, I was kind of like a bit obsessed with the idea of making it as historically not accurate but adjacent as possible. And then one day I realized that I was just basically restraining myself from creating, and that was not good. So I tried to broad up the references and the possibilities of what could be designed. Yeah, also the whole part of gathering references or learning stuff, ideas. Yeah, exactly. Like gathering references, it's so fun, and it sparked so many of the different ideas that I then implemented inside the Druides. Hello, Grayson. Sorry, I'm a bit late. What's going on in this stream? Church of Bright. Yes. Yeah, I decided to give some colors to these characters that I drew on between Tuesday and Thursday last week, because I think they look pretty nice in color. And honestly, you know, I was looking forward to a very simple task, you know, like a coloring book style. What I also find interesting is when people ask questions about my OCs. It helps me come up on the spot with things I didn't consider. Yes, Gibbs, all the time. And I'm like, oh, what do you know? Exactly. Yes, that's so true. I actually, during the live stream, sometimes of course, it happens that people ask questions, and I actually have two notebooks here with me, and so many great ideas came out from people asking me questions, or just straight up asking me like, oh, is there this type of druids in your world? And I was like, wow, now that there are, yes. I like that, yes. And I love that kind of freedom of just saying like, I like this idea, now it's part of my world, yes. Fire tenders, yes. So these guys are the beacons, and they are a rank of the church that basically one of their tasks is to tend to the braziers and the fires that are lit inside of the buildings of the church. And among like the many things that they do, I said before, and I think it's a really like fitting comparison, that they are the managers of the church building. So they also like manage the work of the flints, which are these guys, the actual like manual and labor workers. It's like the world is already sleeping inside our heads and just needs some push to come out. Yes, totally. Absolutely. Yes. And I remember when I was younger, I was actually so into reading that I started writing, and I wanted to write a fantasy book. And I remember that I think I was 15 or 16, so I didn't had like any worries in the world. And I remember going in that focused state, and I wrote like for hours and hours, and I almost felt like the characters and places were already inside my head, and they were just writing themselves. Is the fire natural or supernatural? If the latter, does it have special needs? No, this is just a natural fire. Is just treated to have like a purple tint, but it's a very normal fire, so they just need to keep adding wood. At least for now, you know. As soon as the church doctors are maybe successful, and they will be able to do the first prototype for magic storage organ, maybe then they will be able to actually make some magic fire. Okay, I think something like this works for the sketch, so now I can start working on the colors for the other 3 characters. I think for these guys, I want them to have these color thing, purple, and the rest of the clothes are very like very neutral, very like normal, common folk clothes. I'm really curious how is life in the church. Yeah, in fact, I'm working on the video, and while working on it, I realized that I will probably need to do another one just to go a little bit more in depth, because just by giving a little bit of the history and a little bit of the general information, it's already like I think it's like 11 or 12 minutes long, something like that. So far, I still need to edit it, and I still need to add a few things, so it might get a little bit longer. And you know, I'd like to keep the world building videos shorter, because of the same reason that we were actually speaking about before, like the tutorials. Like, world building videos are very like packed, like they are telling you the lore, so they are very packed with information, and I appreciate when they are not super long, because then my mind gets a little bit lost while trying to follow. But yeah, that means that I will probably need to do another one, like a more in-depth about the daily life in the church. That will be cool. And that's why I am so excited about starting to think how to do the books for Druides, because there you can actually like put down a ton of stuff, and people can read it and go through it at their pace. So yeah, it's a struggle every time, knowing like how much to put in one video. Do they actually live there, or they return home from shifts? Can they marry? Do they have vows? Or well, I can answer a few of those. So the biggest church buildings have actually spaces for the high priests and the priests to live there. In other, maybe like smaller cities, I was thinking of basically having the actual church, the main building, and maybe nearby there were some smaller houses built for the high priests and priests. And the guys that I'm drawing here, these ones are actually don't live there. So they return home from the shifts, and they can marry, they can have a family. Basically, all the church asks is that the church must come first, and the well-being of the church must always come first. So you have to be ready to make sacrifices if for whatever reason, if your maybe like family is holding you back, let's say. So it's basically like an evil corporation. Like, oh, you have a family, okay, yeah, but if you're not here like 40 hours every day, like, how is it possible? Yeah, you have to find a way. But if you don't do that, you can forget your promotion. But yeah, then the flames, like the workers, they have again their own home. They go home and they work in the church whenever they are needed. Some of them are actually like happy to keep being flames and don't like go up in rank, because maybe like this person here, I was imagining she's a carpenter and she's very content that way. She works also for the church, but probably she takes jobs for maybe other people as well. I think the ones that decide to become beacons are the ones that are kind of like pointing in the direction of probably becoming priests one day. And I still need to define, how do you become a priest? Like, how do you become a part of the church? and if there are some kind of rituals. I imagine that there are, but yeah, I still need to decide about that. Those are the bottom of the hierarchy in the church. Yes, so much to ask. Oh no, it's a cult. Yes, it is. Oddly cyberpunk, I say, then I remember the first eras of capitalism. Yeah. Arasaka has nothing on the British, Dutch, French East India Company. Oh no, now I want to play Cyberpunk again. Oh, I need to research more because I want to make a megacorp for my World of Terrian. Nice. Yeah, I need to do some more research regarding the rituals and maybe like what other rituals they might have throughout maybe the year. And yeah, I don't know. I found it like very easy to write the history of the church, but when it comes to the rituals, it might also be because I don't really know a lot about actual like religions or cults, so I didn't had any like sparks, any ideas. So I definitely needed to look up some info and trying to see what can work for the church. On Tuesday I had so much more energy than today. I sculpted a whole face. This time I almost fell asleep, so this time I can't surprise you all with screenshots. Oh, don't worry. Exactly, as Crayson said, rest. Yes, it's very, very important to rest. Honestly, me too. This week I was very productive on Monday, and then on Tuesday I even run the live stream for like a shorter time than usual, and also yesterday I wasn't like super productive, or honestly even like today in the morning I just did a couple of things. But I am looking forward to the weekend, honestly, and to rest. Because yeah, it's important to take some time off. You can't rush perfection, exactly. Yeah, I always see the benefit of taking even 1 or 2 days off. Sometimes I even took like a one afternoon off or one morning, and it has only positive effects, honestly, because then maybe when I come back to work and to do stuff for my project, I feel very recharged, and also like the enthusiasm to work on it came back, which is something that it can go away, especially if you're pushed too much. And speaking of that, I actually feel right now that I might definitely need to take maybe a week off very soon. I was thinking to take the week between basically June and July. So the last one of July, the last one of June, and the first week of July, and take that week off because I need to recharge my creative energies. And yeah, I haven't taken a break because I took a break from the live streams. I think it was in February because I went to see my parents, but I was working actually. Like I had my iPad and I kept working on my project. I was also working on another project for my father's company, so it wasn't really a break. Also, like I honestly I relax if I'm in my own home, you know, with my video games and my safe space. When I go to see my parents, I don't like totally relax. But yeah, I think that's a common thing for people that live quite kind of like far away from family. Also, like my mom is super social, so, and I'm not. Like I love to stay at home, and she always drags me everywhere. Like, oh, let's go to see my friends and this and that and do that and go there to that shop and do 1,000 things. And I'm like, oh, I just want to stay home. Leave me alone, woman. You should prioritize your health and well-being, so don't worry, take all the time you need. Thank you so much, Hunter Aurelia. I really appreciate that. And I totally agree with you. As I said, sometimes taking just a few days off, it's so nice. You then come back with the renewed energies, especially if in that time off you're able to do exactly what relaxes you and what makes you feel good. I think I should be able to finish all of these characters before I go. I have half an hour. Yeah. Oops. Sometimes I forget to to change the tool. I wanted to zoom and not to like do this. Okay, so this guy has dark hair. Okay, nice. I'm thinking of giving them a small decoration here, but these ones I'm going to keep very, very simple. Just basically a gold thread sewn in there. And yeah, that's it. Just looking around to see if there's anything that I want to change. How do you stream both on YouTube and Twitch? Is there a difference? So basically I use Stream Elements, which is a plugin for OBS, which is the program that I use for streaming. And using Stream Elements I can do the multi-streaming, so stream at the same time on Twitch and on YouTube. When I started the streaming, I was streaming only on Twitch, and it was the first time for me, so I was, still learning. I was also starting to work on YouTube videos, so then I really wanted to do like others that I follow that did like multi-streaming, and I've searched online how to do it, and I chose Stream Elements. It works for now. I know that they have some issues at the moment, so I don't know if I will have to change it, but there are many of these like plugins that help you do the multi-streaming thing. And basically what it does, it gives you the multi-chat as well, so it mixes the YouTube and Twitch chat, and it shows you on OBS, so you can read both. And aside from my Cintiq, which is where I work, I have two other screens, and on one I have OBS with the multi-chat, but on the other I have Twitch, and I also have the YouTube chat, because I noticed that some types of messages, they don't show on the multi-chat, so on OBS, so I can, have everything in front of me, so I can see all of the messages. And yeah, it's a lot of like back and forth and reading. But I really like doing the multi-streaming. I'm so happy that I was able to figure out how to do it, because I was I was building a sort of like a, let's call it like audience, like a group of people that will watch my videos on YouTube. And my goal is to grow on YouTube, so I really wanted to do the live streams too. What I did before actually was to download the VODs, so the video of the live streams that I did on Twitch, and I was manually uploading it to YouTube, and that's what I did for a few months. And now that I do the multi-streaming, they directly go on YouTube, and I don't have to do that thing anymore. But I really love it, and I really recommend it to anyone who's thinking of doing a streaming, unless of course you have whatever like reason for sticking to one platform or the other. The only thing that I don't like is the fact that Twitch doesn't like if you show the chat on the screen, which is a chat with both messages from Twitch and YouTube or whatever other platform you're streaming on. And they ban accounts if they see if you have messages. There's still people that do it, and I don't know how they can do it without any repercussion of any type, but I don't want to risk it. So on the screen I only keep the chat for Twitch, and I would love to have like something that is a little bit more readable and that it shows both chats. But yeah, for now I'm keeping that overlay like it is, and then I will maybe I will find something else, something different. Helps you get more audience. Yeah, for sure, absolutely. And some people prefer Twitch, some people prefer YouTube, so I like being like everywhere. It's a lot of effort. I see, that makes sense. Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot to keep like everything in check, and like my live streams are pretty simple, and every time I think about the people that have much more complicated streams, like with a webcam, maybe more than one webcam, maybe they have a ton of overlays, maybe, I don't know, whatever it is, and they have all those like different controls to make stuff happen during the live streams. And I'm here with, basically I'm the equivalent of like a streamer with like a phone and I don't know, propped on some rocks. And then there's other streamers with the basically like NASA level offices with a ton of stuff. But hey, it works. Also at the beginning, I decided to have a PNG tuber instead of a webcam, because it kind of removes that like extra effort of like thinking, oh, do I look good? Do I look bad? Like, do I like myself today in this like outfit or with this hair or whatever? And when I started it, it was really, really positive for me to not have that worry. So I really like the PNG tuber. I also like that it's an art stream, so the main focus is on whatever I'm doing, instead of like being on my face that you probably won't even see, because I have the scene tick in front of me, so you'll probably see just my forehead moving. But in the future I would love to have the webcam just so I can activate it when my cat is around, so I can show you my cat. So it will be kind of like a cat cam. It's really neat having a PNG tuber persona. It's cute and nice. I love it so much. And I actually love seeing when other people have their PNG tubers or their like VTubers, like super complicated that they move and stuff. I don't know, I love to see all the different designs and see how people want to show themselves to the world and how they represent themselves. And you have, you know, mushroom people, cat folk, and people with like planets, you know, revolving around their head, stuff like that. Super crazy. I love it. I really enjoy your streams, and they feel professional and warm and welcoming. Thank you so much. That's so nice to hear, because that's exactly the kind of vibe that I want to have here. You know, my streams are welcome to anyone, to all the people that are passionate about creating whatever their medium is, and yeah, I want everyone to feel welcome. So that's so nice to hear. Thank you so much. I was just looking around to see if there's, you know, anything to correct here, anything that I want to add, but I think we're pretty much done here. So I'm gonna save. And what I'm going to do is to save the image like this. Yes, this one. Because for the church video, I actually need them to be more like in a line, and also like separated the two ranks. It makes it easier for me when I want to show the different characters if they're like this. I will have to zoom them, so maybe they will get a little bit blurry, but I mean it's a rough sketch, so I won't worry about that too much. Yeah, it's fine. Nice. And then let me do the same with these guys. Thinking that I want him in the center and her over here. Okay, so I'm going to do this, and then I might make him a little bit bigger. There you go. Nice. And just gonna draw a line for the floor. Perfect. Okay. Yeah, this is exactly what I need for the video, because this means that in the video maybe I can, you know, zoom, I can pan and show all the characters. Nice. And let's save, and I'm going to export these two as well. Nice. Okay, so these are done. I'm just looking at my my journal here, because I wrote down the images that I need, and yeah, members of the church, so that is done. The other images that I need for the video, I actually started them on my iPad, so let me just show you. So this was a rough sketch for showing the two founders of the church. These are the guys that first had the vision, and they saw the god, the blazing visage. And I put down this idea yesterday on my iPad, and I kind of want to spend some time on these illustration. And this one, instead of leaving it super rough, I want to like almost as if it's like a quick painting that you will do to figure out how a bigger painting will look like. So that's the idea, because then I can imagine like big paintings or even like frescoes directly on the walls of these two founders, being like very present in the buildings of the church. They look so cool. Thank you so much. Yeah, I really like the pose, and I like that they are like, you know, their proportions are exaggerated, like they're very, very tall and very long, but I really like that because it's not a photograph, it's artistic representation of these two founders, and I can imagine like the artist making them look you know, massive, because they are very, very important. And in the video, the first part of the video starts with a sort of intro, and I had the idea of basically you, the viewer, finding yourself in front of this like big library, and there you start reading a book, and you start reading about the Church of Bright. And I don't know, I really liked it. While I was writing the script, this idea like came out of nowhere, and I thought it was a good way to start the video. Maybe it could be like a sort of link to all the other videos, so you're like you're sort of like a scholar that is trying to gather all the information of this world, and every time you read from a different tome. So I need 3 illustrations, 3 drawings. These ones could be a little bit rougher, a little bit quicker, and I just need 3 really. I don't need more than that. I wanted an establishing shot with the doors, like the big doors of the library, and I then want a drawing of the interior of the church, of the library, and this is it's so messy, but this is the kind of like drawings that I do, especially on my iPad, when I just have to put down the idea, you know. And this is the equivalent of an annotation while you're on the phone and you're trying to jot down some info about an appointment. That's the same thing, but in a drawing form. And I also like drew another view, which I kind of like this one more. So this is basically from a POV that it's more like the height of the person, and you see like all the bookcases here, and you see the different levels and like balconies, and the library will have in the ceiling will have glass, so there's like light coming through. There's another balcony, another level right below the roof, and here you have some tables with some tomes and some books and some like spheres of magical light. I think I really like this view because it follows also from like a storyboarding point of view. It follows the same kind of POV from here. So here you see the doors, and then the doors open, you go inside. So here you are inside. And yeah, I think I'm going to work on these. I will probably keep working on these on my iPad for now, because I need them for next week, because that's when I will love to have the video out. So I definitely need to work on these during the weekend. And then the third scene is the librarian, which is a druid. It's like a custodian of this place. And again, I just want the figure to be the main point, the main main focus of the image. So I will probably just sketch a few bookcases on either side. And yeah, that's it. Those are the images that I need. Everything else for the video, now that the characters are done, I have it. Because while doing the video, I realized that I did quite a few concepts for the church, and I didn't even used all of them. So yeah, I am very happy about that, and I'm looking forward to design these image. I don't know. I need to gather some references, but I might even do a quick version of these for the video if I don't have enough time. But then I definitely want to do like a proper illustration out of this. So you might see me working on these in the future during the live streams. But yeah. As I said, I plan to work on these in the next few days. So next week during the live streams, I might work on something new, something else. Might go back to the Tribe of Stone, or I might work on some concepts for my partner's project, I'm Blessed. So yeah, I will keep you in the dark. Actually, you will know because that's something that I will probably decide last minute. So I'm like, oh yes, let's keep it in mystery, but it's just because I don't know yet. But yeah, I think since I only have a few minutes left, I won't start any new image. I am going to finish the stream here, but I'm very happy that I took the time to color these ones. I think they look even better with some some colors. A surprise stream, yes. Exactly. Like you can tune in next Tuesday at around 3 p.m. UK time, and you will get to know what I will be working on in that exact moment. But yeah, I think that is everything for today, guys. Thank you so much for keeping me company today while I worked on Druwides. And yeah, if you want to know more about the project, make sure that you check all the videos that I have on my YouTube channel. And yeah, if you're around, as I said, next Tuesday and Thursday, and you can, please join me. I always love when there's people around, because you always ask questions, you always have interesting things to share. So yeah, I always have a great time with you guys here. And yeah, that being said, have a good one, have a nice Friday, and have a great weekend, guys. And yeah, see you next week. Goodbye. Cheers. Thanks again, guys.